Now, what is the correct way to pronounce your screen name?
WhiteDolemite. WhiteDolemite, not with a O. D-O-L-E, not D-O-L-O-E. WhiteDolemite. It's just like Rudy Ray Moore, the original Dolomite.
Do people mispronounce this?
Yes, some people call me Dynamite, white Dynamite. I'd be like, oh my God, why? But yeah, they do.
Do people misspell it?
Yes, they do, like the D-O-L-O, but it's D-O-L-E.
What do you notice people do more, mispronounce or misspell?
Mispronounce.
Now, where did this screen name of yours derive from? What are the details of its origin?
Rudy Ray Moore, the original Dolomite. He's a comedian slash stand-up rhymer, black man, African-American man. He from before I was born, but I just grew up watching him through my uncles and stuff like that. But yeah, it came from Rudy Ray Moore.
And these uncles that you're referencing on the mother's side of your family, father's side of your family?
Mother. Yes, sir.
Now, when it comes to this screen name of yours, this was something that you self-coined? You put this together yourself?
Yeah, I was watching the movie, the new one they made with Eddie Murphy. It's called Black Dolomite. I was watching that, and I was like, you know what? Because everybody called me white boy where I'm from, so I'm like, I'm going to put the white in front of it. And yeah, and it rhymes. White, Dolomite. You know what I'm saying? It fits.
And for those in the audience getting to know you for the very first time, where are you referencing you're from?
I'm from Rockford, Illinois. That's where I was born and raised, and right now I reside in Atlanta, Georgia.
Now, did you have any nicknames growing up by any chance,
Yeah.
aside from the one you just presented earlier?
Onion Head. My granddad used to call me Onion Head or Ears. But yeah, other than that, everybody called me White Boy Chris with the fro.
And who self-coined White Boy or White Boy Chris? I mean, not who self-coined. Who coined either of these nicknames for
the
you?
neighborhood, the hood you live in, you know, they give them to you. I didn't wake up one day and say, hey, I'm gonna be White Boy. You know, they gave it to me, you know.
Didn't know if it was a specific person you credit with coining that in
No,
particular.
I don't even know who gave it to me, to be honest with you.
When it comes to Chris, is that short for your real name?
Yeah, Christopher.
And do you know the details behind that birth name of yours, your first name there?
Yes, it's a child of Christ.
And do you know who named you this?
My mother. But it may have been her mother too, my grandma. I don't know. I gotta ask them that one day.
Now, for you, when it came to screen names, why not incorporate, well, you did incorporate, kind of. Yeah, White Boy, you incorporated white from that with Dolomite there. Okay, so we'll skip that question. But because people do mispronounce or misspell this screen name of yours, was there ever a thought on changing it, perhaps?
No, because when I first came up with the name, I Googled it and nobody had it. So it was the time for me to get it and put my stamp on it. And nah, we're good.
And when it comes to your birth name, was there ever a thought on using that as part of your screen name?
Never. Not at all. There's too many Chris's out there. Chris Brown. You got Chris's everywhere. No way.
Now, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened with this screen name of yours, if anything?
Just when people say like you got to be white because you got white in your name. It's just you can't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know how people think, and it is what it is. I think that's just the craziest thing to even judge a person off of. But I guess this is the world we live in.
And be that as it may, care to share your race, ethnicity, or nationality?
When I do an application, I put 2 or more races. But my mom's black and my dad is, I don't know. You know, I was raised with my mother's side of family, all black people. You know, and I happen to be. I got an uncle too as well. That's my color. 2 of them. You'd be surprised, but I guess black people, they say, come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. You know.
And what's the main language you speak at this point?
English. I'm trying to learn a little Spanish too. I just know how to slang like joto, puñeta, shit like that.
Did you take any foreign language classes in school?
Yes, I got a B in Spanish. I never forget that because I worked hard for that B. But yeah, I did.
What grades did you take Spanish language class in?
It was was it my sophomore year? I think it was my sophomore year in high school.
And care to share the name of the high school you attended back then you're referencing here of that class?
Auburn High School. The same school Fred VanVleet graduated from that plays for Toronto Raptors.
And did you attend high school the same time he did?
No, he was a freshman. I was a senior. I met him in there a little bit. Yes, sir.
So you have crossed paths with him. You have crossed paths with him.
Yes, sir.
Does any of the success he's garnered at this point surprise you at all?
Oh man, heck yeah. He's an underdog. He's undrafted, and now he's an all-star from a hometown that felt like nobody would ever support you. And to see somebody do that and grow and have that mental strength, I commend him.
Do you remember the first time you actually met him?
I don't remember the first time, but I just remember times hooping with him and playing in pickup games and stuff like that.
What was he like back then in those pickup games?
Himself now, quiet. He was a quiet guy. He didn't take shit, I tell you that. He was one of the light-skinned guys like me, so they got tested a lot, and he wasn't a pussy, I tell you that.
How were his three-pointers back then?
Oh, they were trash as fuck. I'm gonna be honest, Fred. You came up, but he was always a good distributor. Good. His IQ was very good on the court, but his three-pointers back in the day, it was okay. But now, animal.
And just for further clarification, when you would have pickup games with him and things of that nature, would you actually go against him one-on-one in those games, or was it just you and a squad versus
5-on-5 type of thing? Yes, sir.
Did you see any of that NBA talent in him back then?
In his IQ, yeah. Especially when he went to Wake Forest. When he went to Wake Forest, that you seen it, how he used to control the game. When he'd sit on a bench, and it's like it's uncontrollable now. But as soon as Fred come back in, it's controllable. They moving the ball right. They scoring, good defense. He's a good defender too. Yeah.
Now, it sounds like you've kept up with him throughout the years of his basketball career, but have you personally kept up with him? Have you exchanged any communication of any sort?
Not yet, at least. But, I'm proud of him,
And if he's just so happening to watch this or listen to this interview, anything you would say to him right now, other than what you've already said?
Don't quit, and thanks for the motivation, and giving me motivation to keep going and growing in my career. I appreciate you.
Now, you mentioned that you did take, was it just one foreign language class
of
Spanish
just
for
one,
you?
Just one.
Okay. Yeah. And was that a requirement back then or an elective?
I think it was you had to pick it, like you could choose it. I chose that.
And what drew you to that of all the electives?
I thought it would be easier, but it wasn't. They tricked me.
Now, back in reference to your screen name, when it comes to your screen name, has this always been your screen name?
No. I did music as well, so that's where I got the White Boy name from. So yeah, my stage name back then was White Boy. It was my music stage name. I don't like it though. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't. Because it's a lot of rappers named White Boy, and people do get a different perception on you when they hear the name. And I'm not like a fully white boy. So yeah, I don't really like that name, but I keep the white in there because of my past, and we might tap into that.
So you do go under WhiteDolemite for your music at this point?
Yeah. Yep. Now, yes, sir. If I ever, or when I ever drop more music, I keep it under WhiteDolemite.
So just for further clarification, was White Boy the only stage name you went under for music?
No.
Give the history to the
I
audience.
went by a name of Chris Blue, Chris White, Just Chris. All them was bullshit to me. I mean, I guess it's a growing thing, you know, and WhiteDolemite came organic. It didn't come, I didn't force it. I said, well, I should make myself this, Chris. It just came to me. So that's why I respect WhiteDolemite so much. But yeah, I went by a bunch of other names and it was fucking horrible. I shouldn't have did it. I'm gonna be honest.
And Chris Blue was spelled B-L-U.
B-L-U. That's actually my mom's real last name. You know, and that's supposed to be my last name as well, but I go by Riley. That's my original last name. It's Chris Riley. But that's my mom's last name, Blue. And my brother's dad last name is Riley. Yeah, that's how it goes, if you guys catch that.
And for transparency, this comedian that you referenced as the basis of your screen name, do you know him personally by any chance? Have you two crossed paths?
No, man, but I don't know if Rudy Raymore may not. I think he passed. But you know, I'm trying to keep his legacy going, basically. You know, it's a little different, but you know, maybe I could do things to help him. You know, with his I don't know if he got family or whatever. Maybe I could help things in their life one day.
Asked you a lot of questions about your screen name here. With everything considered, any regret with the final screen name choice?
No regret.
Anything else you want to mention about this screen name or question you weren't asked, people want to know about it?
Don't call me Dynamite. It's Dolomite. White Dolomite, not White Dynamite. Yeah, that's it.
For those in the audience getting to know you for the very first time, who is WhiteDolemite?
I don't know, man. Who is WhiteDolemite? WhiteDolemite is I guess I could say a funny guy. Always been like that. It's not, the pranks didn't make me that way. I've got class clown of 03 when I graduated, my graduation year. I've always been goofy, outgoing. I stand strong on integrity. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely who I am. I don't quit. I'm not a quitter. And I got love for everybody, man. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Like, I love you, but I'm never in love with you. But it's some love there for everybody. And that's just who I am.
Be that as it may, what is the biggest misconception of you at this point?
My skin color. That's what people... It bothers me a little bit, but I know I put myself in that position, and I knew what it would be. I've been going through it all my life, though, so it wouldn't really bother me as much as it probably would bother somebody else. But that's the biggest conception, is my skin color, you know. But it's my superpowers as well.
Care to shed some light on that?
I mean, like I say, my pranks I utilize my skin color to do racist pranks. Not all my pranks are racist. Just one of my biggest one that people say is my biggest, the boy prank. They say it's the biggest one. People love it. It's crazy because I get more attention from my people, black people, more than anything. It's them walking up to me saying, "Hey, man, I love the boy prank." You know, some people understand entertainment. They understand. They have a sense of humor. Yeah.
Now, when it comes to this comedy, where does that stem from for you? Does it come? I'll let you answer.
It stems from I don't know, man. I think it's just natural. You know, my mom wasn't really like a goofy person or nothing like that, or my aunties were, though. You know, and I think it just comes from me probably watching a bunch of TV and shit growing up too, and I think it's natural, bro. It's got to be natural because nobody trained me to do this, and like coming up with these ideas and all this stuff. It comes to me like water, so it got to be a gift. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
a gift you were born with or something you grew into? Or something
both.
you honed in on?
I think it's both. Because you could be born with it and lose it if you don't keep doing it. You know, you could be born with it and stay consistent doing what you were born with and be great at it. But you'll lose it if you don't do it, you know.
These aunts that you mentioned are on the mother side of your family?
Mm-hmm.
Are you the funniest family member in your immediate family?
I think so. Besides probably my Aunt Dorothy. She's funny too, though. But I think I'm funnier than her because I don't know. My auntie, they call her Hot Dot. She's like hilarious. Man. But yeah, she probably right here with me.
And have you two ever had, I don't want to say a roasting session, but a session of just jokes where you're going in on each other or you're going in on a certain subject and trying to see who can outdo who? Or?
No, not like directly like that, but she always would say some slick shit to me. Your big head ass, you know, it's just something, you know. But her daughter as well, my cousin Tasha, they all had a little goofy side to them. I think that was probably my most goofy side of family was my Aunt Dorothy and her kids, you know.
Does the comedy that you have come from any sort of pain?
Bunch of it, you know. I mean, my pain is my motivation, you know, growing up, things I've been through in my family and my mom and just life period, you know. Heck yeah, pain plays a huge role.
Now, mentally, has this been something you sought any professional help over?
Nah, I got prayer, man. I just pray and I think that helps me the most. And you keep good company around you, you know, good conversation with people that give you the right advice and you'll be all right.
Be that as it may, do you want any professional help with it?
No, hell no.
Now, you mentioned prayer. Do you follow a religion by any chance?
I don't believe in religion, but I believe in relationship. You know, I'm a religion, I don't want to tap into it too much, but, you know, I seen both sides of it. My grandma, the household I was raised in, was a Jehovah's Witness. I got family members who were Christians, you know. I used to always be confused because I look at a Jehovah's Witness Bible and I see the same scripture in a Christian Bible. And I used to be like, why are they always fighting and bickering about who they don't like this? And they reading the same thing. And I used to think, like, I guess and somebody told me, a pastor, he was like, you know, they searching for the same kingdom and they all fighting each other. But that's why I really tap into religion, because I've seen both sides and I know the truth on what you're supposed to search for, you know, yourself. Self-love is key. Once you start doing that, you'll figure out everything else.
So were you raised to follow a specific religion?
Yeah, my grandma, she tried to force it in the Jehovah's Witness thing into us, but it didn't work. I still was stuck in the streets and selling crack, weed, you know, fucking with people that didn't give a fuck about me, basically, you know. But, yeah, she tried to, but her trying still kept it in me, you know, to at least have some type of, like I told you, you know, I pray every night. And that doesn't change for years.
And what age do you think you were when you diverted from the raising of a Jehovah's Witness?
Right when I was like 16. I was still in her house, but I just stopped going to the Kingdom Hall. They called it the Kingdom Hall. I just stopped going and started focusing more on me. Really, yeah. I had a kid, too, when I was 15, so things was changing.
What's been the reaction from your grandmother, the fact that you don't follow religion or believe in a religion, or other members in your family that practice Christianity?
My grandmother, she passed right now. She probably looking down on me like, I'm proud of you, but you know if you should be in the book. She probably would say that, to be honest with you. But my cousins that's like Christians, I mean, I don't even talk to them that much. So, I mean, like I say, they do them, I do me, you know. Did
this cause a rift between you and your grandmother when she was alive?
Nah. You know how my grandma, she gonna love me regardless, you know. I could have been a mass murderer. She still would have loved me.
Because religion can cause a rift between family members.
And it shouldn't. But it does. And I guess that's how we were raised. You know, some people were raised living a lie, I think.
Any loose ends you want to tie from this interview with the previous topics you were asked? Anything you failed to speak on? Anything that needs further clarification from what was said in this interview?
Excuse me. When y'all see me do pranks, I'm an entertainer, okay? I'm not racist. I'm not none of that stuff. I'm an entertainer. I'm a comedian. So don't take it too personal. Just look at it and laugh and shut the fuck up in the comments. Come on now. Just laugh. If you watch fucking A Time to Kill, if you watch fucking 12 Years a Slave, you can watch me. That's it.
Ever turn the comments off?
No, because there's some in there that's positive. So I got to reach those people. And I try to respond to all of them, but it's a lot sometimes. But yes, the ones that I like, yes, I will. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you. That means a lot to them and me.
Any final words?
I love y'all. I mean, I don't think no entertainer can't not love his fans and followers. I mean, y'all the ones. That's my final word is I love that y'all love me.